What's up, y'all? This your boy Chris Reed Beats, back with another video. Listen, I want you guys to just simply watch this live stream at a later time. First and foremost, I just want to say shout outs to y'all. It's been amazing, man. It's been amazing. It's been following the live stream, cooking up all month long. I can't believe people are still awake. Ivan, what's up, Ivan, man? Shout outs to you, big bro. Make sure you do all the good stuff, man. Follow me, Chris Reed Beats. If you're looking for one-on-one tutorials, chrisreedbeats.com. The boy is always in Reason, man. Always in Reason. So if you're looking for information on Reason, hit me up. Listen, I always run into different people asking like different questions, stuff like that. You would be like kind of surprised to see like how many times I get Instagram DMs or just like different people hitting me up on YouTube asking different questions. So I'm gonna just look to see right now. I've done this before where I look to see like different comments that people were making to see like, oh, you know what I'm saying, if there's any questions, if there's anything, you know, anything that came up, you know. So I'm gonna put contains questions, and I'm gonna go through some of these questions, man. I done pulled them up over here. You can see I'm gonna go through some questions tonight for our live stream. It's already 11:51, so we already at the end of the day, but a promise is a promise, dog. I don't want to break a promise. I said I wanted to do a live stream every day to just give y'all some, you know, information. Ivan said he just got home from a gig. I just got home from traveling. I was traveling, man. We've been traveling so much. This month has been so crazy, dog. We just been moving, bro. DL, what's up? I'm not that tired, honestly. I'm okay today. I'm okay. I'm not actually that tired. That other day I came on, I was pretty tired. But as you can see, we at least we're back in the studio, right? We're at least back in the studio where I got my sound effects. I got my crispy camera up, you know what I'm saying? So I'm appreciative of that. I got like a little green tint that looks like it's popping up on my camera. It's looking a little greenish, and I'm thinking maybe we need to not that much, don't adjust it that much, maybe just a little bit. Yeah, see, now it's back green, so maybe that one. Okay, playing around with the filters and things to get that color, you know, just trying to get that color just right. Just get it just right. And I still feel like at the end of the day, it won't be like exactly what I want it to be. All right. I am glad to be back in the studio, back in the lab, bro. And I'm gonna look at some of these questions. We got my lo-fi beat in the background. I like this little track we cooked up on one of the last live streams. It's cool. I like it. So we got that on here, man. Ivan, I'll see you later. BRB for sure. Let's pull up these questions, shall we? Pull up these questions, shall we? Shall we? Oh, shall we? Oh, shall we? Oh, Okay, cool. So y'all can kind of see the questions. Here we go. Let's see. First question we got of the night. How can I mover the tracks on the sequencer tracking list? I'm trying to drag them out. It can't let me do it. I need more information, big dog. I'm sorry. I'm not 100% sure what you're asking, man. I need more information to help out. I gotta get a new keyboard. My keyboard won't hit space. Send me an email so I can try and get him some help with what he's doing. I'm not 100% sure. All right. Here's one thing about Reason 13 is not loading because of missing sound bank. What is that? Okay, so missing sound bank, that's something in your installation. So you either need to go in, uninstall everything, delete everything, and then reinstall, right? Now, if you got a cracked version, this is not the place to get the real answer. But if you got a version and you got the actual install files and everything like that, then it just sounds like this individual just needs to he just needs to go back through and just redo that. Something didn't get installed correctly. So try uninstalling and reinstalling, and then you might also have to go into the program files and make sure that those things are in the right place. I think you just have to make sure you have the factory sound bank. It just has to be listed somewhere where Reason can find it and be able to get to it. Because if you don't have that sound bank listed correctly, then yeah, you're gonna run into that problem. And unfortunately, I don't think there's not a way that you can change it. Well, he can't even get it open because he doesn't have the right stuff in the right place. So, and gotta check his program files. All right, on to the next one. How about they let us use Ripcord? That's funny. Shoot. How about BMW let you use Honda parts? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, Ripcord is Ripcord. Scales and chords is scales and chords. You know what I'm saying? They got a direct competitor. It's like, why would we do that? I remember talking, you know what I'm saying, to like Ryan Harlan, being like, hey man, we kind of need like a RC20 competitor in Reason, something that can, adjust pitch with time. Also like halftime, for example. It's one of those things. You could do it in Reason. You just gotta find that workaround, and sometimes that workaround ain't all that. Do you know how to get text through the sequence of screens, such as a track sheet, song lyrics, if it's possible? A track sheet. Do you know how to get text through the sequence of screen, such as a track sheet, song lyrics? Is it possible? That's all I'm asking. In Reason, no. I'm sure that it's actually interesting. There are a lot of VSTs that you can get, and when you get those VSTs, you can use them in Reason. So like, for example, there's a video player that you can get in Reason, and it'll allow you to play a video while you're like playing the sequencer of your track. But that's just like a side VST, right? So you could find, if you Googled a VST, like a track sheet, whatever, like what you're looking for, just put it to Google, put it to the test with Google, see what Google finds. You might actually find something like an extra VST. As far as with Reason, like Reason ain't got nothing like that where you could do that, but you might be able to find something like that. We went to Utah. Went to Utah, man. We went to go see some snow. That was really fun, dog. That was really fun, bro. We saw a bunch of snow. We saw, it was in the mountains. We ate some pretty good food out there, and we just hung out, bro. I got to rent me a nice car. I rented what was that car that we rented? A Jeep Cherokee. I think it was a Jeep Cherokee that we was in. And man, it was just so much fun, bro. It was just so much fun, bro. We was just having so much fun in the snow, man. So much fun in the snow. We went all the way up to the mountains, dog. Let me see. I show some of my there you go. Some of my travels. Springville, Zion Canyon. It was over here. No problem, Nigel. I thought I was cute. You know what I'm saying? Happy family. The happiest. So this is the first place we went to, is Zion Canyon. And we was in Zion Canyon. It was just like a crazy freaking, like, I don't even know how to describe it, honestly. That's a real goat. That's not a statue or something. That's an actual goat. I took the picture on my iPhone. Unfortunately, some of these pictures are from my iPhone, and some of them are from my iPhone, and some of them are from my Nikon camera. And you can just really you can really just tell the difference. But yeah, this is where we stayed. It was pretty cool, man. I was like geeked out because it's the first time I ever really saw like snow, like real snow. Like I've been at like schools or at like different events where they like, it's like, oh, we're gonna bring out the little ice machine, snow machine, and let you guys play in the snow. This was like snow, you know what I'm saying? This was like the real deal snow. Like it was crazy. Yeah, man, it was tight. This is me beating my wife in chess. I wiped the floor with her, dog. It was bad. It was real bad. It was real bad. And then yeah, we was in the snow. My son just knocked out. He just knocked out, man. He was so knocked out, bro. It was crazy. But yeah, the canyon was dope. The whole thing was, you know, it's a pretty dope trip. It's a pretty dope trip. They had this waterfall. So this is a picture of like ice and stuff that was forming. So this is before we got to the actual snow. And they had this ice just flowing, dog. It was so crazy. Let me see something real quick. Let me stop this real quick. It was so crazy that it was so cold that the water would fall from the waterfall, and then it would like create these like ice, you know, it'll create ice. Hold on, I'm testing something. They had this waterfall. Okay, for sure. So I'm gonna just back up off this microphone because it just sounds like y'all can just hear everything, and I don't even need to be that loud. Okay, cool. Starting over my lo-fi beat. Lo-fi March Madness. So what was I saying? So that's where I traveled to, Ivan. That's where I traveled to. So it was in Utah, and as the water fell onto this branch, it froze, and I was like, this is the coolest thing I've seen. Look at this. Look at that. It was so freaking crazy, dog. Like, I'm trying to see if I have another picture of that area, like that area where you could see the waterfall dropping water down. It was so crazy. And I am mixing some pictures. I was trying to think like, am I missing pictures? But I'm for sure missing pictures now that I'm seeing what's in here. I'm definitely missing pictures. I don't like that. I don't like that. So right here, now you can kind of see it. The water, it was just like, it's like more water in different times of the year, I guess, or whatever. But it was just so cool. Like the water just came down. And as it hit the bottom, like I said, it was freezing down here. So the water would come down and it just kind of built up a layer of like snow and ice down in this bottom area. It was kind of crazy. Never seen nothing like that before. I was like, it's never been that cold to where you could even see something like that, you know? And yeah, it was a fun time, man. For sure, fun time. We saw these goats, deers, whatever these things are. And I was like, oh man, I hope they don't attack me, because I seen some videos and stuff where they be attacking people. I was like, yo, I hope they don't attack me. Dude, I don't need that in my life. All right, let's get back to the questions. All right, here we go. What is stem separation? Stem separation is when you separate music into its different parts. Typically the 4 parts that most stem separation are doing is drums, bass, musical elements like keys, strings. They all tend to go into one area. Things that play chords or melodies, and then vocals. So that is when a software separates a song into different parts: vocals, bass, drums, etc. I didn't spell separates right, but that's okay. How do you do the trumpets? Sound wonderful. Let me see. What's this track he was listening to? Is that Do It Big? I think that's Do It Big. How do you do the trumpets on Do It Big? Do you need an extra EQ or compression outside of Reason? What do you mean, do I need it? What do you mean? Like, could I use one? Like, you got an extra one laying around? What do you mean? Do you mean like, are the ones inside of Reason, are they good? What do you mean, Jersey Boy? I think these are IK Multimedia horns, and then also they are from Contact. They're Contact horns, session horns. I'm pretty sure, or they might be a sound font. Sound fonts are actually really powerful, dog. Sound fonts are really powerful. Like, don't sleep on sound fonts, man. Sound fonts are really powerful, dog. They can really like get you some like dope sounds, man. Don't sleep on the sound font, man. Sound fonts are dope. Sound fonts are definitely dope, bro. Don't sleep on the sound font. FabFilter is a dope company, and they have really great sound effects and plugins. And UAD is dope as well. You know, Universal Audio. For a long time, you couldn't get Universal Audio unless you had a Universal Audio, interface. But now they're letting you get Universal Audio UAD software. You can get it without having that interface. So I guess this is about a comparison. The question that we're asking is about a comparison. Do you need an extra EQ or compression outside of Reasons? So in terms of comparisons, FabFilter is really great at dynamic processing. So compression is already something that's dynamic, right? You know, it is affecting the gain or leveling of a sound as it approaches the threshold by a certain ratio. That's compression. But you can also take that data from the compression and then you can add that to an EQ, for example. So you can take that compression data and add it to a EQ. So you can say, okay, cool, when the threshold of this sound reaches -6 dB, drop down 5,000 kilohertz, right? Or, you know, increase by 5,000 kilohertz. So that would be like dynamic EQ. And that's something that FabFilter's EQ does really well, right? So it does that really well. It's very easy to set up these different parameters in their EQ for dynamic EQ. You can also smooth out a sound. So if it's very aggressive and harsh, you can smooth it out. You know, the changes in EQ, you can have it even more smooth. So the thing is, like, you can have 1,000 compressions in your compressors and EQs in your arsenal, but some of them just have different features that others don't, like gain matching. Like, you know, sometimes you put a EQ on, you take some of the EQ out, and then you need to increase the overall gain. Some EQs do that automatically. Some compressions have it easily built in to do side chaining and stuff like that. If you use Reason and you don't have the money, because FabFilter is not cheap and UAD is not cheap. If you use Reason and you don't have the money for those, then you can definitely get by with what Reason has to offer, because you can do parallel processing, you can do side chaining, you can do everything that you need to do with an EQ and a compressor. All of the features and functions that you need, you can do it. And even if you don't use Reason's actual compressor devices, they have the whole mixing area, right? So the entire mixing area is set up to be where you have compression, you have dynamics. This area right here is your dynamics area, and you also have EQ right underneath it. So if you have stuff set up correctly to use the mixer the way it's supposed to be used, then you can very easily do everything you need to do. Everything I was just talking about FabFilter could do, you could do that inside of Reason. The problem is, you have to know how to do it, and it takes time to set up. But they have a dynamic EQ, just like FabFilter does. But FabFilter is like, oh, you just press this button and then immediately you got the dynamic EQ. And Reason is like, oh, you got to set up a combinator, you got to adjust this and adjust that, and oh, we have a patch for dynamic EQ, and then you have to it's just more steps. So hopefully that does, answer the question, man. Hopefully that does answer the question. Okay. All right. This man explains things with such clarity. Love this channel. Are there any pros and cons to the two methods described? This is on sidechain compression. Pros and cons. Time to set up. Yeah, time to set up is a con until you know what you're doing. Yeah. Yeah. Dope beat. What did you put the Audiomatic on? I don't know. Honestly, probably everything. Bro, how do you make the drums do the pitch up and tempo Run and Temple Run. Temple Run's a video game. Automation. Pretty sure. I'm sure that's probably how I did it. Right click, edit automation. Question. Hold on, what did I do last time to do it? Okay, that's what I did. Question. How do you avoid feedback loop? I want to merge the words that I say with the beat I make in Reason without hearing the feedback in my audio. How is this done? Thanks. It's a good question. Hood Handyman on my how to set up OBS for streaming and recording video. He asked the question, how do you avoid feedback loop? I want to merge the words that I say with the beat I make in Reason without hearing the feedback in my audio. How is this done? Thanks. So he is using Reason, so same thing I'm doing. So what you could do, I'm gonna take some of this out so that's a little less complex. All right, so what you could do is, instead of using your microphone set up in OBS, you can use your microphone in Reason. So what I mean by that is, like right now, I'm currently using my microphone in OBS, right? But I can also add a microphone source right here in Reason. And when I hit this button, check, 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 you will hear the audio coming through. Now, the problem with it is now I'm going to have two audios. So I'm going to mute my OBS audio and I'll stop this. And now you should be able to hear me coming through Reason. And if I turn this off, but if I turn it back on, let me see, check, 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 check. So the reason why I show you that is because when you do that, what the sound that you get is going to be tied into Reason, and when you record, you're going to be in the right time. So when you're using OBS and you're using a software, you're gonna have a delay. You're gonna have a difference between what the DAW hears and what OBS hears. But what you can do is set your audio to come through Reason like this. So now if I play my music like this, you can hear my music, and then I can rap. Yeah, check. This will be the realest, the illest. You hear your boy coming through your speakers. I really feel good. Yeah, like I had a couple Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. You're not you when you ain't got no money. So go out and get it. I heard somebody once say, if you go to sleep broke, you shouldn't be sleeping. So wake up and go out and get it. Wake up, go out, get it. Wake up, go out, get it. So anyway, so that is how you can send your audio into Reason and have it heard inside of OBS. Now, in terms of let me switch back. So in terms of the feedback loop, I mean, you shouldn't have a feedback loop if you do it that way, right? I'm glad you caught a good deal too, man. What was the deal that you caught? The deal I caught when I got Reason 10, I upgraded to 11. So I had 10 and it was like, hey, if you upgrade to 11, we'll give you 12. Davey the Hug Monster, what's up? So it was like, oh, I had 10. It was like, if you upgrade to 11, we'll give you 12 when 12 comes out. And I think 12 came out like a few months later, or something like that, like at the end of the year. So that was my good deal And I was glad for that good deal. I'm just going through some different questions here, questions that people had that I haven't had a chance to answer. So hopefully that will give him an answer. I have to reply to this. I have to reply to it later. Watch this live stream. So I'll send him the live stream, and that way he'll be able to see my explanation. When I give him the explanation, he'll be able to see it, because it's a lot. That's a lot to oh, cool. Sounds good. Looks pretty good too. All right, cool. I'm gonna just copy this real quick. Watch this live stream, paste, and then I went with the subscription for $9.99 a month. Hey man, I think that's a good deal. If you take advantage of Companion, that's a good deal. Because reason is reason. The DAW is not really gonna change a whole lot, right? You got Reason, and you get the different instruments, everything like that. But the sound packs are updated monthly. So when I say sound packs, make sure you open up Companion. It comes with that $9.99 subscription. Make sure you're coming in here, man. Get these packs, dog. Sometimes they have sounds that are brand new in terms of it's like still Reason instruments and samples and stuff, but what's really cool is they've taken the time to curate that sound. So boom, hip hop breaks, you know what I'm saying? Install that pack, and it's installed, and as soon as it's installed, you can just boom, open the Reason. It's my favorite thing to do whenever I do use a Companion. Whenever I do use it, it's my favorite thing to do. Let's just do that. I can just switch these drums real quick. Very similar to the other one. That's interesting. Wow, that's a very clean sound. That's very clean. I thought maybe say I did it for a Companion. It's a good deal. I think if you do it, I think it's a good deal. I think if you do it for Companion, it's a really good deal. I literally just want a little bit of gain. I just feel like it just needs a little bit of. You know what I'm saying? Just immediately. These are different drums I just got from Companion, so you know the deal with Companion, man. That's cool. Oh wow, that's fat. That's fat. That's nice. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there for now. Okay, let's go back to the other thing. Where's the other one at? Okay, here we go. I have a question, but how do you stop Reason from automatically fading in and out your beats and loops when exporting? How do you stop Reason from automatically fading in and out your beats and loops when exporting? They shouldn't be doing that at all. That shouldn't be happening at all. I'm gonna tell him to email me because I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'm not sure what that's talking about. Hey, Ivan said I have a question, but the question is not related to Reason, but song files, if I may. What software do you use or recommend for editing song files on Mac? What do you mean editing song files? Like, do you mean like how Audacity, you can use that to edit? I bet that's what Ivan is talking about. I don't know if Audacity, I don't think Audacity is Mac. Yeah, ID3 tags. Yeah, because you could do that with Audacity. Believe it or not, your best bet is probably going to be iTunes. If you load up the song in iTunes, I'm pretty sure you can adjust the, let me see. I'm pretty sure you can adjust the information via iTunes, but you know, it would be songs that are like your songs. You just come in here, song info, and as long as you did the song, like, you'll be able to adjust this stuff, this information here. You'll be able to adjust this information, and then that should lock into that file, and you can go show album. Not that I want to do show, not show on iTunes. It's not in iTunes. Well, yeah, iTunes would be one. Might have to do a quick Google search. Yeah, the first thing came up was iTunes. And they have this other thing called Tag Editor Lite. It seems like that has more features. Tag Editor Lite. I'll drop it into the chat. For you, Ivan. Tag Editor Lite is the name of this one. So check that out, man. Check it out. Check it out. This is what it looks like right here. Tag Editor Lite says this is some stuff, and then if they have a pro version, I would just don't skim on it, because you already want more features. So just use the features that it comes with. Okay, let's do some more of these questions real quick. Let's do some more of these questions. Let me see. Just so happen to be currently rewatching How I Met Your Mother, so I have to ask, why did you call it How I Met Your Mother? I don't know. That beat, I have no clue. I probably was thinking about my son. Yeah, I was thinking about my son and how I met his mom. And of course, like, being the corny guy that I am, I was making the beat and I just thought of that TV show, and it was just like, How I Met Your Mother, you know? It's just one of those things. I like features where it can get rid of weird characters. I don't know. In Mac, it seems like that would be your best bet, the ID3 editor or that other thing. Hey Chris, Merry Christmas. Oh man, that's so sad. 2 months ago, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Am I the only one who is frustrated with Reason not having Note Chase? Sure, I can convert to audio and solve the problem, but what if I can change my mind? But I should not have to do this. Yeah, unfortunately, there just are things that you just can't do. Unfortunately, brother. Unfortunately, brother, this is the way. This is the way. Happy creating. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, that's just what happens, man. Some things you just can't do. Some things you can't do in Reason. Some things it just is what it is. It's just the way that it is, you know. It's just the way that it is. I got a bunch of more questions, man. I got to do this more often. You know what I'm saying? Got to do this more often. All right. Hey Chris, could you please create a tutorial about how to make the basic lead of Can't Be Touched by Roy Jones Jr.? I'm looking for a sound like that and I don't know what it's called. Thank you in advance. I feel like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like I looked up this song and I was just uninterested. I'm gonna just be honest. I was uninterested. I was like, I'm sorry, man. I don't want to do that. Honestly, that's the first thing that came to my mind. But you know what? Let's give it a look. let's give it a look real quick. Hold on. Stop this real quick. Let's give it a look real quick. Let me see. Hold on. I gotta turn this off so y'all can't hear. It's like a squelch. Pretty sure there's a NNXT patch. You know what I said? I'm gonna tell you exactly what I actually said. This is what I actually said. I said when he asked the question, how do you make a sound like that? Like I was like, why? I was like, why would you do that? Don't do that. In 2025 and 2024, whenever this question was asked, I was like, why would you make a track with that sound? It was just kind of like, don't do that. Stop it. Get some help. Is Reason working on a new version update, or what features are they going to add? If they're, you know, I was gonna say if they're smart, but I would think that they're gonna continue working on Reason versions. You know, like updates. This 13.1 just dropped. I'm sure they're gonna, you know, keep working on bugs, keep working on fixes and stuff like that. But as far as what they're actually working on, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, if I can figure out how to get to the Reason library. Okay, Reason Factory. All right, so this one is for this guy. I'm pretty sure that there is a synth inside of this synth leads. I'm pretty sure one of these synth leads. Yeah, exactly. Now let me listen to that. Yeah. I would just don't even make this a big deal, okay? Cricklewood is the name of it. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it into, it's a Cricklewood NNXT patch. Cricklewood NNXT patch. I'm almost sure that that's like the exact patch. They probably just took some stuff out of it. Sorry I took so long to get around to your question, bro. I have tried to use external on object and open up an audio track, but on my mic, all I was getting was the original sound without any sounding from object. Could you please point me in the right direction, please? Thank you, Paul. All right, cool, Paul. All right, so probably what's happening with Paul, he's trying to use object. He's trying to do that thing that I did in that live stream, where you use object to affect. Okay, cool. That sound like Banjo-Kazooie or something, man. So for example, I'll load up a new audio track here. Can't be touched, can't be rocked, can't be moved, can't be stopped, can't be do, can't be die. Better we'll go ahead and we'll go right in there like that. Check, check, check. Let me see. Check, 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 check. So the problem that he's facing is, see, the external end is coming in, but the problem that he's facing is this exciter, you know, it's like, so I can play my voice through it, but that's not always what you're trying to do. You know, it's not exactly what you're trying to do. So it's like, you might have to turn some other, this other stuff off. You have to affect some of this stuff so that the thing that's affecting it is the exciter. You know what I'm saying? So, and then this is your mic as well, so it's gonna show you what is being affected, what's playing. See, that's why I can hear this as I press on the key. Now I can hear the exciter because I turned the exciter up. So it's really just the issue you're having is just not knowing how to do it. So, you know, you have your sounds here. Check, 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 check. You have your sounds there and everything, but you know, some of these, that's the other thing. Some of these are just not, they're not patches that's made for external ends to work in that fact, like to work in that way. But like this could be like a good one. This could be like a good one. This could be like a good one. Because the more I talk into it, this could be like a good one. 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 But I think if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to like make it sound totally different and it's gonna just be from just my voice, then you're a little mistaken. What you should be trying to do instead then would be something like a BVX. So if you were instead were to add in a BVX over here and just come in here and BVX, and then you got to play in this BVX, then you would notice like, oh wow, that vocoder is really giving me some sounds, you know, it's giving me some different things, some different sounds, and then that would be where you could be, you know, getting that vibe, that feel. Oh, I took this out. Let me see. Check, 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 check. Then what you also could do is you could send this audio out. You could also send that into your external end, right? So, you know, you gotta just do more things. Like when I did it, I used a Neptune, and so the Neptune affected the pitch as I sang into the microphone, and then that affected the object. So maybe instead what you could do is you could send this guy here like that, and then you can send this guy here like that, and then you can send this guy here up here to the external end like that. So now you got the BVX, you got BVX going in, and then you can take what BVX is doing and you can send that into an object as well. Just remember, it's not like a one-to-one in terms of what the exciter does. The external end is meant to kind of like affect the sound that's already being generated. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of hard to explain. So go back and watch my video that I did on object. That's one thing I would say for sure. And I spent a lot of time in that live stream going over it. But you know, even this live stream as well, what I was just showing, that might be helpful for you. So hopefully that helps. Let me send the guy a reply. Let me send the guy a reply. Let me send the guy a reply. I answer your heart. I answer you here. The guitar is stock. What sound is that? Oh, the guitar is alive. But the amp is from Reason. So he's talking about on this beat, one of my favorite beats that I made, if I may say so. It's talking about this beat. Oh, I'm lying. That's so funny. So that's not even the one that I thought it was, but it's still the same guitar. He's like, oh, that's an instrument in Reason? It's like, no, I played the guitar. It's this guitar. It's a Squire. I played the guitar. So I guess I'm cheating if I say, oh, yeah, it's all stock Reason. It's like, where that come from? Holla Sounds, what up, Holla Sounds? I do multiple genres and always have, however, the word focus is key. You can do other stuff, but where is your focus? I am only invested in hip hop, i.e. like it most. And I also know all about the culture and who did what, when, and what's been successful. I can make drum and bass or techno or trap, but while they might sound good, I don't have a clue about those cultures or the history. I could make a real good drum and bass, but so not really a question. I think just because it has that question mark, just more a response to the conversation that I was having. Oh, see, I can't even see the question. Sorry. About why you should stick to one genre in music production. So I essentially was just trying to make some content, but I was asking the question about, you know, whether or not you should try to do one genre, or should you just do like mix all the genres up and just do anything, just find something that sticks. So we was just having a conversation about genres. So I like Holla Sound's response. I like that. I like that. That's good info. That's good info. It's good info. Thanks. I don't believe in genre. I listen to Appalachian folk music, noise, hip hop, and free improv. And most of my tracks have elements of all of them. What genre is that? What genre is that? It's called, yeah, that's the genre. I'm right here. Do you want some French horn? Oh, looking to collab. Who's interested? Chris Mills said he sent me some French horn action. Yes. So I'm trying to reply to some stuff. Let me see. We do an hour yet. 6 minutes, folks. Hey, just because I haven't said so just yet, this is March Madness, where we have been live streaming all month long. If you are looking to follow me on social media, it's at Chris Reed Beats. You can also email me there, chrisreedbeats.com. Make sure you go to chrisreedbeats.com if you're looking for one-on-one tutorials inside of Reason. And if you're watching this live stream and you haven't liked this video, shame on you. Please like this video and subscribe if you have not subscribed to the channel. I think by showing that I'm willing to do a live stream every single day. I'm very dedicated. that is a reason, and that's something to show you, like, I'm gonna be around and I'm gonna be doing stuff. So yeah, you should subscribe to me so you can be around when I do some new stuff. Okay, so subscribe. Wow, I got a lot of questions, man. I got to do this again. Where can we get Core Secret, sir? Companion or Reason store. Does the browser search things added to shortcuts, and can you add tags? Can you tag things in shortcuts? Say you have sounds on another drive. Is it searchable and taggable device if it's not in the Reason user library? That's interesting. He asked a really good question. So here's my browser right here. Here's some tags for, here's some Reason soul samples, for example. Let me see. Funk It Up. Categories. Tags. I can tag this thing. I can tag it as acoustic. Let me see. I can tag it as noisy. I can tag it as sampled. How about that? We can also do categories. This is multi-samples. Yeah, cool. We can tag it. You can tag all the way, man. You can do as many of these tags and categories as you want, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Instruments, strings. Yeah, you can tag all the way. Now, in terms of searching, if I go to all locations and then I say Funk It Up, let me see, did it find it? Look at that, it found it. Yeah, so even if I just type in funk. So to answer your question very simply, yes, absolutely. So the question came through, does the browser search things added to shortcuts? Yes. As a matter of fact, also, if you ever have like a sample or sound in Reason and then you move that sample or sound like into a different folder or into a different drive and Reason can't find it, all you need to do is go to the computer, go to like this PC, find that file. If it's in one of your folders and one of your other drives, find that, right? Click find that folder and drag that folder into your shortcuts, and then Reason will be able to find it. Okay, really quick thing that, you know, a lot of people don't know about, but yes, that's one way that you can get Reason to find things that are lost or missing. And yes, it does also search things inside of your shortcuts, and yes, you can also tag those things as well. I was able to tag this. I'll show you. I'll tag it some more here. I can tag it as mellow. Okay, cool. So now it's tagged mellow. Boom, right there. I was going in with making these little soul samples, man. That's one of my favorite ones right there. I bet you I didn't even know I could play saxophone, huh? I didn't say I could play it good. I just said I could play it. All right, cool. Next question. Let me go ahead and heart him. Yes, 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 and yes. And then I'll send him the video so he can watch the video. What is sample clearance? Come on, if the sample is a classic vintage history, you should use it for free. Interesting enough, if it is old enough, you can use it for free, because by that time it's like, you know, there's a reason for it. You look it up yourself, you know, but if it is old enough, I think it's after 70 years, it's like a certain number, then you can sample it and you don't have to run into any issues. And it's probably been sampled a bunch of times already. If it's a good sample, it's probably been sampled before. But even in the event of that, wouldn't you want to find the person who, like, their son or daughter or granddaughter or whoever would get the estate? Wouldn't you want to get permission from them and or share in the revenue that you make after you make music with their, father or mother's music? Like, or do you only just want to just take? Like, you just want to take from what they've created to make your own thing. You don't want to give back. I don't know. That's how I would look at that question. Hey, I got to do this more often. I think this is a good way to look at these different questions that comes up, is to do it on the live stream and have you guys, hang out with me and ask questions and stuff like that too. So just went through a nice question answer segment here. And that's our hour stream. And of course, I gave you a little bit more than an hour, not too much more, but just wanted to make sure that I say shout outs to everybody that came through to the live stream. You guys already know what time it is, man. I'm going to get ready to head out, though. I did want to make sure I got in here and did a live stream for the day because, we stand, we stand consistent with what we doing. Staying consistent with what we doing. So, you can watch this live stream later. I appreciate y'all for watching, for those that did come through and watch. I'm going to go to sleep now. I have a lot going on. And shame on me for... Shame on me. I should have went to sleep when I came home. We drove 5 hours. I drove 5 hours to get back home. And I still came and did the live stream. You're welcome. You're welcome. But yeah, for sure. Shout outs to you guys. Shout outs to everybody that came through to the live stream. We did some question and answer and stuff. If y'all want to, check that out, go ahead and check it out. And I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Just remember, God loves you and I do too. Until next time, we see you again. Have a great night. Have a great day. Peace. Thanks for watching.